comes Mr. Michael Crookshanks from Padiham in Lancashire. Padiham, come on.
I've got mine at the microphone. Michael Crookshanks here, looking very excitable. An MMA fighter by trade.
Here he comes.
He was a bit concerned about the DVD going out on YouTube for giving his opponents information on his tactics and his strengths and weaknesses.
Rock and roll.
Let's put a bit in.
There he is. Ladies and gentlemen,
I'm looking forward to this fight.
One of our main events of this fine Friday evening. Two very accomplished boxers who have declared a war. And in the blue corner, with the South African Nelson Mandela Unorthodox Trunks, fighting out of Padiham, Lancashire. Would you please put your hands together for Mr. Michael Crookshanks?
Crookshanks there in the Jamaican bobsled shorts.
And I introduce you on my right, in the red corner, fighting out of Burnley, Lancashire.
Zach Smith, his opponent, looks very pumped. 7 years Crookshanks Jr. Really looking forward to this fight. You can hear the support for him. A very popular lad in the town. Will Crookshanks' experience at MMA come through? Zach's got a head that looks like a boxer. He actually looks like one. Looks very pumped up here. Almost like he's in a trance for the fight. Michael here has got previous experience. Have you mentioned his previous experience with MMA? Yeah, you were too busy elsewhere.
Sorry, I was just speaking to a doctor there, just on previous fights.
Who?
The doctor, Kelvin Wilkinson.
Oh, I'm so funny, Doctor Who.
I think I missed that joke.
Yeah.
I apologise for that.
Like the rest of our jokes today. And Crookshanks has, we've given everyone a questionnaire beforehand to fill us in to give us a hand. And Crookshanks has put that he's got no nicknames. I was in his year at school and he's definitely got a few, which I won't release because he's obviously a bit of an hard bastard.
Did you not nickname him Smallcock? That's what you told me off camera.
Oh, Zach going forward there with the intent. Looks powerful. Crookshanks is dropping his hands. I don't know if that's overconfidence.
If you look there, he's switching them from the head to the body, head to the body. That's what it's all about.
Is that the way to do it, Dan?
Well, I think so, because once you hit him in the body, as I said previous, only 50% of you hit him strength-wise, and they drop the hands. So then aim for the head.
Jimmy's pushing. Zach was in the corner there. He's just turned him round and now Crookshanks is against the ring. They're trying to grab, but they're both throwing punches. I'm going to give it a mention. I've been to all 6 previous boss fights, and I think this is definitely the best night that they've had. No early knockouts, and it's lasted the full round. Some people might want to watch knockouts, but we've got more action here, more guts.
The crowd is going absolutely mental here, and I think they're going mental for Zach Smith. And in my opinion, he's too good looking to punch.
Definitely.
He is a thing of beauty. Did you say you hadn't missed a boss show before?
I said that for effect. I actually miss yours. Yes.
I thought so, pal. I didn't want to bring it up.
Going to get out with this attitude.
You've been very humble in your approach towards your last fight.
I tell you something, which I think my opponent would do it as well. We'd do it all again tomorrow. It's just my missus standing in the way.
Are you calling him out there?
No, due to my missus.
I'm sure.
It wouldn't be an easy fight against her, if I'm honest. But I'm more than happy for anybody.
I'll just have to run it by the wife.
It's what annoys me most about these nights, if I'm honest with you. Because it's a great laugh and a good, it's a good thing to do.
But he's got to give his wife 3 months' notice. Oh, this is getting messy now. Cruikshanks is grabbing. Oh, he's put his head in there as well.
He did lean forward then with the head, didn't he?
It's a shame he didn't put his head in on the in the cup final that I watched him play football for St Theodore's. Missed an absolute sitter in the last minute. The first player that got subbed on and subbed off, I think his replacement was Sharoon Taj. This is an absolute brawl. It's reminiscent of the Blue Bar at 7 AM on a Friday morning.
Well, I think if you look at them now, they're dancing around the ring, hugging each other. But I think Zach likes to jab it a little bit, and then once it gets to tearing up, then they start hugging each other and keep hold of each other. Like, look at him now. Jack zabbed him, and then he comes straight in. There again.
He's definitely pushing his weight against Zach to try and knock him off balance.
I think he's trying to fight more on the inside, hit him with that hook, left-right hook, but we'll see.
Cruikshanks is not happy. I'm not quite sure what that's about because he's been doing the more leaning. He looks angry. Can he keep his head and keep his tactics? He looks like he's going to be about to throw some haymakers.
Again, there's a couple of punches there, and then all the work's close.
This is brutal. He's pushing again. Cruikshanks is pushing.
His gum shield nearly come out then, Cruikshanks.
Cruikshanks looks spent.
The ref's needing a word because it's sloppy as anything. They're slapping him about. But Cruikshanks' gum shield nearly come out a couple of punches ago. Don't really mean too much. I think both boxers have been as dirty as each other, if I'm honest.
Zach Smith really showing himself here and doing an absolute cracking job.
Throw a punch.
Pushing him into.
It's not a proper punch to throw.
Two brave fighters here, but Cruikshanks is doing a bit more. He's doing a bit too much pushing. A bit like it's the next sale, Christmas sale. Doing a bit too much pushing to the front of the queue.
I thought the next sale was all for the women. Are you trying to tell me something here?
No, I was there. That hug there, I think that's a bit disingenuous. I think there's definitely a bit of hate here.
If I'm honest,
Cruikshanks pushing early doors again. It's not on.
Zach Smith in the white, I think he's 2 rounds up here.
It's what?
He's 2 rounds up.
Yeah, I think so as well.
He's done the cleaner boxing, the smarter boxing.
It's too good looking as well. 10 out of 10.
He's absolutely beautiful, if I'm honest with you. I'm considering ringing missus up and telling him I'm not coming home tonight. If he'll accept me. But I think Michael's give it his own. The crowd is absolutely going crazy
this
here.
is superb. Cruikshanks is struggling, he's pressing against him. They look like they're going for the heads again.
It is. It's been a sloppy and dirty fight. Really sloppy. But
sloppy and dirty reminds me of my last takeaway from Almaz across from Duke of York.
Would you not recommend that?
Not unless you want food poisoning. Booze erupting. I'm not quite sure what for. Oh, Zach's getting stuck in here.
Because Michael were getting a little bit dirty there, but Zach's brushed it straight off and come back fighting.
Michael is definitely doing too much pushing and it's not on. Maybe that's something to do with the wrestling and his MMA experience. Oh, he's just caught Zach there though. Zach's come back though.
Oh, he turned around. You shouldn't do that in a boxing fight. You should never ever turn around. And he turned around and headed the corner. It's a lot different to MMA. I'm not saying either is better. In my opinion, boxing's better. But if you're here to stand up and fight, which...
He's doing way too much, the crowd's booing.
Zach's doing it. Zach's standing here and fighting. He's fighting every second of the round.
Oh, he's done it again there at the start. Two hard bastards.
Yeah. The fight's over, and in my opinion, it's 3-0 to Zach.
My opinion too.
Over in the red corner.
Definitely stood his ground there. From the first round, Cruikshanks were pushing, trying to knock him off his feet.
Next we got the last fight. The doctor has taken the gloves off.
Going to go in the back and rerun the tape. Okay. I'm going to go in the back, rerun the tape of that one, and see if any...
Best of order. That was one of our main bouts of the evening. Respect for both fighters there, well done, gents.
They're not expecting the money after that, are they? I want to see Danny.
And our winner, with a unanimous decision, fighting out of the red corner,